again. This is Doc Rotten from Gruesome Magazine and Horror News Radio. Joining me tonight is the one and only Vanessa. How you doing, Vanessa?
Hey, Doc. Doing good. Ready to talk about this thrill ride.
Oh, yes. Another great review of another great horror film. Well, I hope. We'll find out. What is Thrill Ride all about?
Thrill Ride is so much fun. It's not an adult movie. It's definitely a kid's movie. It's got a good Goonies, Monster Squad kind of feel. It's so lighthearted and so fun, and the jokes are hilarious. It starts with it's great. It's just a great story. It starts with Al Capone reading a newspaper headline that says Capone busted for tax fraud. And so this whole story is based upon or founded upon Al Capone and his hidden treasure. The main protagonist of the film is this family. It's a widowed father. He's got 3 kids, 2 daughters and a son, and he owns a store called Joanie Loves Tchotchkes.
Oh, no.
This movie's it had me from go. Anyways, hilarity ensues. They go on this wonderful adventure to try to find Al Capone's treasure, and this is just a great kids movie.
So where does it have a supernatural or horror bend to it? I noticed on the poster, it has like teddy bears coming at the audience. What happens in here that might thrill us for this ride?
Thrill Ride. Okay, so the reason it's called Thrill Ride is because in order to hide his treasures, Al Capone kind of strong arms this architect named Gus into building this amusement park around this hidden caverns where all his treasures are. It's around for 80 years. It shuts down. And then this family, this guy that owns this, Joanie Loves Tchotchkes, is allowed to go in there and take out as much as he wants because they're going to condemn the building. So he goes in there, the kids break in after hours without telling their dad, and come to find out, the reason Al Capone did this is because his wife had purchased these 3 statues. Unbeknownst to her, these statues are cursed. One's a mermaid, one's a pirate, and one's a sea hag or a sea witch. And they're cursed, so they drive him mad, and by being driven mad, he builds this crazy elaborate theme park with this crazy elaborate booby-trapped ride that you have to figure out to get to his treasure.
That does sound a lot like kind of a Goonies vibe to it, doesn't it?
It really does.
And I take it that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. Chris Parrish, the director-writer, when I looked him up, I was so impressed by what his credits are. He worked on a show. I don't think it ever got put into production, but it was a show in 2003 called Old School that also had people like Judah Friedlander on it. Had Natasha Lyonne. She was going to be in it. It had what's his name from Lost? Oh, Jorge Garcia. So Chris Parrish has got some pretty good writing chops to be working with these comedic writers, and you can really get a feel for that in this movie. Some of the one-liners are just hilarious. At one point, Kristen Johnston is in it from Third Rock from the Sun, and she is delightful in this whole thing. But there's one point where one of these cursed objects comes back to life, and one of the kids is showing her his phone and goes, "Here's the apps. Here's where you call people. Here's what you do this." And she looks at the phone and she goes, "Angry Birds. What have you done to displease them?"
I see where you're going there. All right. Well, let's find out what you actually thought of this by revealing your score, 1 to 5, and share your favorite scene if you already have it.
1 to 5. I'd have to put this, I think, on a different scale because this is, like I said, it's definitely a kid's movie. It's fun if you're a parent and you're going to watch it with your kid, but I don't think as an adult you'd necessarily go out of your way to watch it. But on a kid's scale of fun horror type action caper kind of movies, I'd probably give it about a 4.2, I think. Favorite scene, which there were a few really cute ones. I have to give you two, Doc.
Sure.
One I will allude to, and I'll only say pooping dolphins.
That's all you really need to say.
Yeah, well. The other one is they basically recreate the scene in Goonies where they're all sliding down. They've escaped and they're sliding down this makeshift water slide of tunnels and pipes. They kind of recreate that, and it's so fun and it's so cute. And I just loved it.
All right. Well, thank you for another wonderful review. Let's say goodnight.
Good night.
Be sure to visit GruesomeMagazine.com to listen to the other Gruesome podcasts, Hard News Radio, and Decades of Horror. Also check out the Gruesome Magazine Quarterly, available in digital and print-on-demand format.